This is an important thought. It's to a video. I'll throw some of the clips in. She says, why do you think they want to pump out kids without choice or rights? It's a reasonable question. The ominous don't, they don't want that. But in order to gain the political support, in order to have their endeavor come to fruition, they need to use a certain kind of vessel, right? That vessel being your Mike Johnsons and your Lindsey Grahams and your Donald Trumps. And they win elections by pushing this bullshit, by getting legislation passed that shows that far right Christian base. Hey, we're doing what we would want to do in service of Jesus. Don't give a fuck. Actually, they do. They don't want kids. But that's a whole nother story, right? I want to briefly get to the point the young woman raised in her video.
And that's literally what our government is planning for our children. And I don't care what you say, but all of the things that are going on right now with all the executive orders and the changes and all the stuff that they're doing is an attempt to shape America's economy, where American labor is dependent upon American citizens, and American citizens are going to be expected to be the ones that do all this manual labor and work in all these factories. And we're going to take education away, and we're going to have a huge populace that is uneducated, indoctrinated, and totally on board with right-wing ideology, so that we can support our Christian theocracy and have no intellectual development, no science, and no growth. But we'll have a bunch of billionaires running everything. If you're not terrified and scared of that, I don't literally know what else to tell you. This is not what I fought for my country for. This is not what I upheld the Constitution for. This is awful.
And it's also worth noting, although you're correct, they are 100% trying to do that. Some other key important provisions of being an American, they're going to strip away. Yoink. Right to vote, health care, just to name a few. So why would they do that? Well, I wouldn't become dependent on my shitty factory job for health care, would I? Huh. What are the requirements to vote? I need all these forms of identification, and they're not going to stop with the SAVE Act now. Come on. Or you know what? Maybe they do. But that new agency that oversees it, they now have the authority to go, oh, you voted for this candidate predominantly in this area. Well, we're just going to delegitimize those votes. Yoink. So, ever since this event, and I've been saying it since, of course nobody fucking listens, they're not stopping with the factory. That's the interim. They want feudalism. They know climate change is real. Automation is real. It's going to take over every job. You think they want to offer universal basic income? Because naturally, when there's no jobs, just going to have everybody homeless? No, of course. You're not going to give two shits about them and offer them an education and health care, an income they can survive on. You want them to expire because they can't produce, through their labor and income. It's over. It's all over. They could have taken the humanitarian route. Why would they do that? They're billionaires. They don't give a fuck about you and I. They literally want to live in their ivory towers. Or their fun little ships as depicted in, what was that movie, 2012? When the climate and the world comes crashing down, they're on their oversized Ski-Doo with Russian billionaires and Bentleys. Ought to be fun times. It's gonna suck. These idiots have not thought this through. And that's what they are. These billionaires are idiots. They think they're smart. A couple of them paid for, rockets to wherever the fuck. The factory jobs are not the end game for them. The end game's feudalism. Alright? Again, I've been saying this for 10 years, a lot in the last year. Nobody fucking listens. And nobody's gonna listen to this. But, hey, maybe you will.